Joining us right now, assistant coach for the Aztecs, back on the Corky's hotline with us on San Diego Sports Leader, the Mighty 1090, Dave Velasquez. Coach, good to have you back on the show. How you feeling?
I think it feels great.
And we are ready to go. So we are excited. Had 2 really good days of practice. We'll do the finishing touches today, and then let it all hang out tomorrow there at 2:30 out in Thomas and Mack.
Absolutely. Day game for you. And I guess the first concern is Fresno State, the opponent. They've had your number. Both games this season, last year at Viejas Arena. Obviously, you know they play hard. They're going to give you 40 full minutes. What's the strategy? What do you need to do differently against the Bulldogs this time around?
You know, what we have to do is find a way to contain them off the bounce a little better, which means keep them out of the paint, keep them away from attacking us all night long. And then offensively, we got to continue to move the ball, share the ball, play together. At home, at our place against Fresno, we had an 11-point lead. We played pretty well, just weren't able to finish the game up at their place when we played them. Our offense let us down. I think we had 8 turnovers on our fast breaks. We just got to take care of the ball, and offense affects defense the same way defense affects offense. And so we have to have a game, 40 minutes of consistent basketball that we've been playing of late.
So if you're talking about defending the paint, defending the rim, does that mean we're going to see a little dose of Cameron Rooks like we saw last game? He really seemed to come on senior night.
Yeah, I would expect to see Cameron on the floor tomorrow night. You know, they play 3 bigs. To us, arguably the best 5-man in our league they have in Bryson Williams, who's just a stud. He gives us a lot of problems penetrating from the outside, but also just pounding inside. Nate Grimes, another really good player for them, has had 2 really good games versus us. And so we have to find a way to again, match their size, and how we can do that is use our bench, play Cameron Rooks, and also play Nolan Narain a little bit if we need.
Dave, I threw out a theory yesterday, and I want to know what you think about it. When healthy, you've gotten pretty consistent performances out of your seniors. Malik Pope, second-team all-conference yesterday. Trey Kell certainly has been key when he's healthy. And Jalen McDaniels, as a freshman, has given you, at least in conference play, very consistent rebounding effort numbers every game. And you put those 3 together, they keep you in ball games. But to get the win, it seems to always take a 4th guy, and it's been different like every game. Sometimes, like you said, it's Nolan Narain. It was Cameron Rooks the other day. It was Jordan Shackle. Maybe Max Montana gets hot, but you need one other guy to step up to put you over the top in some of these games. Does that sound about right to you?
That does sound about right. But, to me, to not mention how well Devin Watson has played in a lot of games. Matt Mitchell has had stretches in games that he's been almost unguardable. Matt's guarded the other team's best player for 20 minutes out of the 30 minutes he's been on the floor. So those 2 guys have also really stepped up for us on both ends. I think that's been Devin Watson's biggest growth, is how much better he is defensively than he was 2 months ago. And I think for all our guys, I don't know if it's a certain number. Hey, we need 4 guys to play well. Hey, we need 5 guys, 3 guys, whatever it might be. I just think you want, consistent performances out of all the guys you play, and whether it's the guys that are playing 30 minutes or the guys that are playing 14 to 18 minutes like Cameron played the other night.
Coach, the win streak's at 6 games, so you guys are obviously playing well right now. But what has you feeling that you can rattle off 3 more wins now? Why are you guys feeling good going into this tournament?
Because we've seen ourselves play really good basketball. And I think for us as a coaching staff and the players as well, we've seen us take some really good growth in certain areas, whether that's taking care of the ball, whether that's sharing the ball and consistently, whether that's playing inside out, which we did phenomenally versus Nevada, where we were throwing that ball inside to Malik. If they came and double-teamed him, he kicked it out, and it didn't matter who he was kicking it out to. We were making the right play on the closeout. So for us, we feel good because we've been playing good basketball as of late, and we've gotten better at areas we needed to get better at. And now the one team that has swept us in our league, the only team, we get a chance to have a little bit of revenge tomorrow at 2:30. And once we get past them, everyone in front of us besides New Mexico, we've already beat this year. And I think we're capable of going out in Vegas and winning 3 games.
So, Coach, you are playing your best basketball of the year, and I think a lot of Aztecs fans and I think us in here are wondering, what took you so long? What's clicking all of a sudden with this obviously very talented roster?
I don't think it's what took us so long. I think what took us so long was to get consistent basketball. I think after we beat Gonzaga and we're all sitting there on Christmas morning, I don't think we were saying we were playing bad basketball. I think what we've had a hard time is being consistent with playing this good basketball. And I think of late, having everybody back has really, really helped. And I think once it gets to this part of the year, guys get really excited. Guys get dialed in. Guys start to block out a lot of the noise that's there. And they just figure out this is what we need to do to win this game. Now let's go out there and do it. And I think our team has done a great job of really focusing and getting better. We've had so much better practice in the past month during this 6-game win streak than we've had all year. So, there's a lot of variables to why we're playing our best basketball of late. But I think more than anything, it's because we're being more consistent every single day.
San Diego State assistant basketball coach Dave Velasquez with us here on the Mighty 1090. And Dave, you've been a part of the program as a coach, as a ops guy, as player for what, about 8-9 years now?
About 15 years.
15 years. All right. I'm always underestimating.
Time flies.
Yeah,
Time flies, Dave. I knew it was a long time, but I always underestimate because I feel like I'm younger than I am. Saturday night against Nevada, the game, the atmosphere at Viejas Arena, that had to remind you of some of the heydays from, 5-6 years ago, the Kawhi Leonard team, obviously. That was special. I'm glad that the team, the seniors, got to feel that one more time. That was cool.
That was really cool. For us in Viejas, we go and play in all these other arenas, and we get to see what other teams have to play in front of. And you watch TV, you watch all these games from the Pac-12, and we watch a lot of Big Ten. Not every game they go into is a packed house, but every single game it felt like in Viejas this year, besides maybe a couple, had a really good atmosphere. That Saturday UNLV crowd really helped us. That Tuesday night Boise, 8 o'clock, our fans came ready to go. And then the two best, obviously, were the Gonzaga and then Nevada this weekend. And when Viejas gets full and Viejas gets the place rocking a little bit and we get on a little bit of a roll, you almost feel invincible in that building. And it's been year after year after year where we've seen us really perform well in front of those big crowds. And a lot of it has to do with those crowds. The energy and how the excitement that happens in that building when it's full is incredible.
Yeah, but Coach, you're not going to have that crowd, unfortunately, this time around over the next few days, and that's been kind of a bugaboo for the Aztecs playing away. Getting over that hump and getting, not obviously the energy is great to have, but this time around you won't have it.
No, we won't. And it will be one of those things where we might have the loudest crowd in the Thomas and Mack rooting for San Diego State. We've always traveled really well to the Mountain West Conference tournament. But, we have to come together. Again, it's not the same, though, as a road game. And I think in the conference tournament, it's one of those things where we have a good crowd there, a good crowd behind us. And then, again, it's one of those times of the year you guys were talking about right at the start, March Madness, and everyone's dialed in. Everyone's ready to go. The energy and excitement just within your own team is amped up a whole different level. So we're excited about it. We're not worried that we're not going to be in Viejas and have to win 3 games. The job at hand is to go into Thomas and Mack, win 3 games, but it all starts with tomorrow against Fresno.
Given the fact that you guys are now, you were picked preseason to finish well in the Mountain West Conference, had some struggles. Now you're on a 6-game winning streak. You're going in with all kinds of momentum. There has been talk that the San Diego State is the team to beat in this tournament, even as a 5 seed. How do you guys now handle those types of expectations that have suddenly been heaped back upon you?
We don't. It's funny. We don't feel those expectations, whether they're external. We feel like we should win every single game we play, and that doesn't matter who we're playing. So the expectations now, because we're playing good basketball of late, that we're just going to go in here and win this tournament, we don't feel those expectations. What we feel is a team beat us twice this year. And like I said, the only team to beat us twice this year is Fresno. And so all our guys are really thinking about is Fresno. Now, whatever happens, there's a lot of scenarios that could happen of who we're going to play on Friday night. Now, obviously, it looks like it could be Nevada, but also could be Vegas. Air Force could get hot. You just don't know. So right now our team is thinking we have a huge chance to get some revenge against Fresno tomorrow. Let's get it, and then let's move on from there and know that every team we will possibly play besides one, we've already beat this year.
I wouldn't mind if it was Air Force. That'd be good with us. It's not going to be Air Force, but I wouldn't mind if it was Air Force. Coach, good luck with the tournament. 3 days and 3 games. I think you guys can do it. We'll look forward to talking to you afterwards after you cut down the nets at the T&M.
I appreciate you guys' support. Thanks, guys.
All right, Dave Velasquez, assistant coach with the Aztecs.